Good day, everyone. Stephen and Alicia Olyniuk here, and we're going to be doing segments once a week, and we're going to be talking about things that that will help you in life, help you in real estate. We've got real estate partners that we work with whether it's lawyers, home inspectors, insurance people, life or homeowners insurance, mortgage specialists, and we'll do a lot of talks from lawyers. Every week, Gord Steves from ABS Law sends us out some great information, and it really helps us out. This one's about wills. Alicia's going to read through it. We'll put all the dialogue in below, and we're going to have a conversation about this after and some of the situations where we've been involved.
So a last will and testament is a document that governs the distribution of a person's wealth after they die. It has no effect while a person is alive and can be changed anytime, provided a person has legal capacity to do so. It is more complicated than this, but at its base, a will essentially names someone who will oversee a deceased person's asset and instructs them how to distribute these assets when they die. After death, a deceased person's will is likely filed with the court along with an inventory of all their assets. The court grants authority of the will, and probate is granted to the person who is named in the will to be in charge, the trustee or executor. The executor then distributes the assets according to the deceased instructions written in the will. It may strike you that this topic has little to do with real estate, but it does. Land is often the most valuable thing people own. A percentage of land transactions are brought about by death or in contemplation of death. Land and joint title transfers automatically to the survivors on title. This land does not go into the inventory of the estate, and the will has nothing to do with it. However, if the land is in the name of the deceased person alone, the will must be probated before the land can transfer. As of late, changes to the probate process has made the probate process far longer than it was before, so sales are being held up for longer on estate sales. People do not always understand these details and the connection of land and death. You will come across people who want to transfer land to preempt the consequences on death. Be careful of this. There are differences depending on what they want to do. We speak to every client about the importance of planning these things out and having a will, and as a real estate agent, they will look to you for advice as well.
Now, we highly recommend Gord. Just, he does stuff like this. He's got your best interest in mind, and part of the reason we'll talk with people up front with who their lawyer is and things like that, and again, try and get them working with Gord, because even if the real estate transaction, that part of it, and there's things that are going on, we can always reach out to Gord. He gets back to us very quickly, and
like he said in his email, he speaks to everyone about having a will. So it's a great reminder when you go to see your lawyer that you need to make a will.
Yeah, you should be having that conversation. We had some fantastic clients. Remember working with them, this is a number of years ago already, but it was a long process. There were lots of things that had to happen for them to be able to purchase the house, and they did lots of hard work and made it happen. And Gord had the conversation with them when they're signing about wills, and they were younger, and we're going to come back and take care of that, and they never did. Tragically, a year later, he was killed in a car accident, and man, it created one heck of a cluster. I'm thankful that they'd gone to Gord in the beginning. He was able to help with the process and make things a little easier. Also, they had gone to the mortgage specialist that we recommend, and thankfully they had the proper insurance in place because of that as well, and that was covered, but it also was difficult because there wasn't a will in place.
Not having a will caused a lot of unnecessary stress, and it was very unfortunate.
At the worst time in your life,
yeah.
For your spouse or your partner or whatever. So if you don't have a will, put that number one on your list first off, and if you need a great lawyer, Gord Steves at ABS Law. We've done so many transactions with them, and just the I's are always dotted, the T's are crossed, and no problems. And we wish we could say that on all the transactions with other times with Gord Steves wasn't involved in his firm. So trying to say that as nicely as possible. And yeah, so this is what we're trying to do. We're going to align ourselves with great people, try and give you great advice, and yeah.
If there's ever anything you want to hear about, we'd love to know a topic that you have questions about. We can just have a conversation on the phone. We can do this. It may be something other people are wondering about.
Yeah, and if you like our content, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, or give us a Google review. Google reviews help us help other people. They're so powerful. We're so thankful for those. And yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. It's that time of year that we're shooting this, and maybe you're watching this sometime in July, a couple of years down the road. But yeah, have a great day.
If you're looking to turn your realty into reality, call Team Olyniuk today.